as per the vision and blessing and guidance of His Holiness Dalai Lama. Hence we can say our Buddhist civilization is strong and intact under the leadership and guidance of His Holiness Dalai Lama. Having worked so tirelessly for the last 60 years with clear emphasis on unity among Tibetans, with no regional biases, no sectarian biases, the very start, we have committed some mistakes and we have not been able to live up to the moral standard set by His Holiness Dalai Lama and the vision of unity guided by His Holiness Dalai Lama. This mistake should not occur again, and hence with profound regret and seeking forgiveness from His Holiness, I pledge that we, the Tibetan people, from henceforward will unite as one Tibetan people. Hopefully, we will have electoral law reform which will address some of these issues in the near future. I also want to take this opportunity to sincerely thank my colleague of the Khotin Kasha. They have worked hard with dedication and sincerity for the cause of Tibet and to serve the welfare of the Tibetan people. Your partnership and your efforts for Tibetan people means a lot to me, and with profound gratitude I want to say thank you to all of you. The Philippine Kasha will continue the three guiding principles of unity, innovation, and self-reliance. Efforts will be made to introduce new projects wherever and whenever necessary in order to improve the political and administrative efficiency. His Holiness the Dalai Lama has recently pointed out some shortages in projects in preventive healthcare and also the welfare of the poor people. On this also, the CTA, we have commissioned 2 committees who will look into all these issues and give us recommendation. Once the recommendation comes on the table, the Philippine Kasha will implement all the recommendations to the fullest. Our society has been small, but within our own community, sadly, there are few Tibetans and few Westerners misguided and ignorant. In the name of religion, there is a religion issue, the Shudrin issue, and alleges lack of religious freedom in the Tibetan community. To which I say, you're wrong. We have religious freedom in exile community. Shudrin groups have their own monasteries, have their own centers. CTA provide all the facilities that we give to Tibetans, all the rights that they deserve, we provide them. So there is no lack of religious freedom to Shudrin group, and their allegations are baseless. Unfortunately, through the Reuters and other Reuters article and other indication, it's been clear that Hege perpetrators are used or misused by the Chinese government to sow a seed of disunity among Tibetan people, for which I strongly condemn their efforts, and we will confront them as we move along. His Holiness the Dalai Lama and Chinese representative. We request the Chinese government and Chinese leader that they should see the reality in Tibet. The repression of 50 years will not work. It has failed and it will continue to fail. Occupation of Tibet will not be accepted by the Tibetan people. Hence, we have to find a peaceful solution. Only solution moving forward is the middle way approach. I hope Chinese leadership will see wisdom in resolving the issue of Tibet peacefully through dialogue between the envoys of His Holiness the Dalai Lama and Chinese representatives. Also in Tibet, supreme sacrifices have been made by our Tibetan brothers and sisters for the last 60 years. Since 2009, 144 Tibetans have burned themselves, have self-immolated. They have given up their precious life for the cause of Tibet. The self-immolation reflects how repressive the situation is, how unbearable the torture and the sufferings of Tibetans are, that Tibetans are willing to give up their life is a form of self-immolation. I stand in solidarity